Hello, everyone. Dragonfire here, and welcome back to another interview. And today I am interviewing one of my new friends here. Why don't you say hello to the audience?
Oh, hello. Is this thing on?
Yes,
I think.
I
All
think
right.
it's on.
I'm sorry. I'm very new to this technology.
Right. All right. So, all right. First question for you is, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food. Well, let's see. If I were to say, I do actually like ramen, but I happen to like sometimes some fruits, and at times I actually do just prefer meat. I mean, but judging from where I'm from, food is scarce, so
Right.
you really have to get you really have to get what you practically have to provide yourself with. That includes even farming or trading food at times.
Mm, all right. The next one is, what do you do in your free time?
Well, it's not really free time for me. I mostly train a lot. But if I were to say um, the free time that I would definitely enjoy would be spending time with my family and, well, practically just relaxing in meditation.
Oh, so like SBO, you have to do that.
I'm sorry, who?
SBO the chameleon?
Never heard of him.
Uh,
I mean, I've seen chameleons before, but not. I never heard of SBO.
uh, you probably haven't met him yet, but he's a pretty cool guy. Um,
Hmm,
let's see.
fascinating.
Yeah. Um, if you could live in any time, any point in time, where would it be and why?
Huh. Well, perhaps maybe probably after probably the time before um well um before before the fight between humans and anthros animals alike,
Uh,
because there's been there's been a lot of, or as you call, mobians.
right.
um right, so around that time there was peace and harmony, but ever since there's been chaos and very much heartbreak and hardship. It's hard to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But
All
I
right.
would say before that.
Ah, that kind of makes sense. Next one is, if you could have any power, what would it be?
Any power?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I possess many powers, but if I were to say the true power I wish to possess would be, well, probably to prevent anyone from harm and making sure that everyone's lives is not dealt with so much problems. You know.
Right. I mean, right now I'm kind of robotic and I am kind of trapped in a fusion with my old captain. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck like this for now.
Hmm.
Because I died. So
Oh my.
yeah, and then I got brought back by Dr. Eggman, and he parasized me. So yeah, I'm pretty much, even if I do be unfused by my captain here, I would be vulnerable, but I would still be robot. I still would be a robot. Anyway, next question. If you met, if you if you ever met a Pokemon, what would you do?
A what? I'm sorry?
Pokemon.
Mm, do you mind explaining of these creatures?
Uh, they're they're basically monsters that you battle and you capture and you train. Some keep them as pets. Some of them train train with train and they become stronger and they do battles against each other and stuff like that. So
Hmm, wait, that reminds me. I believe I did see a child have some sort of card that has a creature in them.
oh yes,
Yes.
there are cards, but there's also actual monsters that you fight. I will let me see if I can find you a picture of one. Because
All right.
I do have three um of these monsters. I taught them how to speak English though. Um,
Right. I believe I look into this page, as they call it.
right. Now, this is one of them. This is known as Greninja. Um,
Oh yes, those creatures. Yes, I,
yes.
I remember now. I have to say the one I probably presume fascinating would probably be the one that's named um well, let's see. What was his name again?
I do have
I
I do have a Mega Lucario who and I also have a Haunter. So,
uh, right. I mean I know what it is. I don't know much deep about it. I'm sorry.
no,
I am
it's all
not very
right.
familiarized.
I
Um
mean, because they do live in their own universe, so I don't expect you to know unless you went there. So,
right. Oh yes, that one that's I believe he's supposed to be um a jackal. Am I correct?
mm, if you're talking about in the Sonic universe, the only Jackal that I know is Infinite, and no, he's not a Pokemon.
Uh, well, strange name for someone like
Right.
that, but I'm not gonna judge. Never met
Right.
him. But
Um. Let's see.
anyways,
Next
I would
one.
say the one I would say Mewtwo. I think was fascinating, but I think the one that probably fascinated even more was hmm, I would have to say what was his name again?
It'll.
He's white, black, and yellow, and he's supposed to be god of all Pokemon, resembling of well, well,
I know who you're
well.
talking about, but I can't remember the name.
I
It'll.
mean, I mean, I would just call him a deity. It's straight out against my own beliefs, but it's part. It's just part of a game, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna judge that.
All right, next question. If you could be a part of a game or a TV show, what would it be?
Oh yes, the programming.
Yes.
I would say, hmm, I was fascinated with Kingdom Hearts. I would say that, but I
Ah,
was also fascinated with Final Fantasy.
yes. Yes,
Yes.
I actually know Sora and Riku. I was actually married to Aqua from that universe, so
Oh,
yeah,
congratulations.
thanks.
Marriage is a deep proposal.
Yes, unfortunately she died and she hasn't been able to bring
Oh,
brought back because because someone, I don't know who, but someone killed her. So,
Um,
but
well,
I do
not
have I do have her keyblade that she gave me on our wedding anniversary and a locket that she gave me on our other anniversary. We were married for 2 years, and we had a son named Dragonfire Junior, who is now grown up and is um has gotten married and has kids of his own. So
well. Sorry to hear that. I
thank you.
have my own experiences, but I don't wish to talk about them.
Understandable. Let's see. Next is favorite music.
Favorite? Ah, yes. Actually, judging by how I explored this new world, I happen to have a fascination towards a bit of metal, I
Mm,
believe it's called, and instrumental at the same time. How somehow it just
mm-hmm.
fuses in a very intricate fashion, but yet it fascinating tone.
Right. I've
I,
I've dealt with instrumental, and I actually made some instrumental mixes myself, but I'm not that good at it. So I'm not as good as like professional people like the people that do the video game music.
right, right, the electronic music, I believe it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
All
um,
right.
another, sorry, I didn't mean to
If you don't
interrupt.
wanna, if you don't wanna, if you want to, we can move on to the next question. If not, then
Yes, yes, of course.
okay.
I am sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't want to take up too much of your time here. What made you decide to leave your world?
Oh, um, well, I'm not gonna say, um, well, it wasn't exactly by choice.
Right.
In fact, I was as actually, um, let's just say events didn't go exactly as planned,
Right.
and I happened to be here, and I was quite confused and not sure why.
Right.
But in that case, I'm not even, I don't even know exactly on how to describe it. All I can say is some things don't go as planned, and you expect some things to go a certain route, especially from Destiny.
Right. I mean, because I thought that I thought I would be um not roboticized. I thought I wouldn't die after having um 4 children, but guess what? I died and I got brought back, and
No, yes. I mean, for me, I had my experience of having children in such a young age. I was irresponsible.
oh, but yeah. Well, at least you're young, unlike me. I'm actually 60, so yeah.
Uh, um, to be precisely honest, chronologically, I'm actually older than that.
Yes, yes. I'm pretty sure because of where you're from. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you are, but I'm actually
Yes.
60 because I was actually around in the
Well,
1960s.
I see.
Hmm.
Huh. Well, I'll say that my current age would be around 32.
Oh, so you're getting closer to you're actually a little older than my son Junior because he's actually 28 right now, I believe.
Yes.
So yeah, you're a little older than my son.
Yes,
Cause
I have said that.
his sadly my grandchildren, both of them, because they're twins. One's a boy and one's a girl. They're actually 16 right now. So, um,
Well,
but yeah.
from experience of having children, uh, yeah, I know how that is,
Hmm.
and
I don't want to
and
go too far into what I found out about my
yes.
grandson,
The next
but
question.
let's just say that has fallen in love with someone
Oh, yes,
at
I see.
16.
Mm, I'm not going to say anything, but
Yeah.
as I
Next
said before, I was
question. Let's see.
irresponsible.
What do you think? What? Let's see. What What would you do if you took over the universe?
Take over the universe.
Hmm.
That's, well, first off, well, how do I say this? Um, I don't think I would be. I don't think in any position I will have net control at all. For my own beliefs, I don't. I mean, the it just. I would just say I would try to make the. If I was in that position, I would
Hmm.
probably make sure that everyone's in harmony, but also having everyone intact, but in a certain order. But I mean, I'm not. I'm not a god. I'm
Right.
not a deity. I do not have the perfection of thought. I make mistakes. I practically did mistakes when I was young, and I regret them. And from that, I am not worthy to have that position.
Hmm.
So, but if I did, it would just be that. But I doubt I would even be a good deity or god, as you say.
Okay. We have a few more. One of them is, what's your favorite time of year?
Favorite time of year? Well, hmm, I probably, um, well, I would say the springtime.
Ah,
I would say the springtime, but if it was a holiday, I don't really exactly do holidays,
right.
especially from all the chaos that happens. But if I were to keep any feast that I was grown into of tradition,
Hmm.
it would probably be around um, December.
Oh, so Christmas time.
Well, that I don't really celebrate Christmas. Actually,
Oh,
it's not that I have anything against it. I just do not.
ah,
It's not part of it's not part of my any culture reasoning.
oh,
But
okay,
I do actually in as I have engaged it, and it's actually a fascinating holiday,
right.
and I like the representation of it of being family oriented.
Hmm. But yeah, I was just curious about, because you said December, so yeah, that's one of the holidays I know of that's in December. Besides
Yes.
besides Kwanzaa and Hanukkah.
Oh yes, Hanukkah.
Yes.
Uh, that's actually a tradition close to what I close to something that I happen to celebrate.
Ah,
Yes.
so yeah. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna ask you a couple more, and then we're probably gonna get to the final question. Let's see. What's your thoughts on Eggman, if you've ever came across him yet?
Eggman.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I've heard of him. Judging from how I judging from how I noticed on many occasions um, on the news and some uh, well, how, well, as they call it, um the net, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the you know what I'm using to speak
Yes.
through. Um, he seems to be. Um, I don't want to be rude, but
You can be
while
honest.
he is
I don't care.
very well, he seems to be adversary in comparison to uh, I've been through. Not much of a challenge on my end. I
Right.
do respect him of his machinery, but
Yes.
not what he is exactly uh, using it for his own
Right,
needs. He could
right. Cause what he wants is he wants to take over the world and make Eggman Land, aka a theme park. I mean, yes,
exactly.
the theme park idea is a good idea, but the way that he's going about it, no, and the way that he wants to keep everyone in there after they all show up, yeah, no. You cannot keep you cannot trap someone in a theme park forever.
No, that's insane.
Especially on the fact that, especially if you want them to spend money, no, you need them to you need to let them go and get money and then come back. That's how actual theme parks work.
Exactly.
Hmm.
I w-
That.
One adversary I do say that I've been hearing around from many people is Eggman Nega, his grandson, I believe. Um, well, it's fascinating. He's from the future. Even I did not expect that, but look at me. I'm from the past.
Hmm.
He's actually better at the job that Eggman's trying to proceed.
Hmm.
That's all I would say.
Yeah, and Eggman Nega actually made my captain and the first mate, which is known as Whisker and Johnny.
Yes, and I've heard that he tried to make the world into a picture that he was going to hang on a wall.
How does that work?
I have no idea, but his plan was I don't remember. All I know was from my evidence that I've heard
Hmm.
online is he simply was going to make everyone into a picture and you know hang it on a wall and have everyone be a picture. I
Well,
mean that's sadistic.
yes, and that's unique, and that's a little better than trapping people in a theme park, but still.
Not to mention I've heard is uh I've also heard that he I mean yes Eggman has captured what they were called wisp
Yeah,
from
wisps.
another planet.
Yeah, planet wisp.
Eggman Nega has literally brought in like a dimensional demonic being
Yep.
where I believe was going to destroy the world, but the only
Hmm.
way that to stop that thing was to send to another location.
Right.
That is sadistic.
Hmm.
Plus, he was using chows as energy fuel.
Yes, which is kind of sad. I mean,
Yes, it's yeah. It's, the Chow FTC is not going to be happy about that.
hmm. Okay. The next question before we get to the final question is, if you could trade places with anyone for a day, who would it be?
Anyone?
Hmm.
Hmm, that is a hard question. Anyone but myself.
Right, because you cannot trade places with
um,
yourself.
no. I mean, as in, I'm not very fond of myself at all.
Right.
Um, um, hmm, It's a very hard question. Maybe just a regular individual. I'm very tired of being, always on duty and always
Right.
having myself having this guilt on myself the whole time while I want to protect my family.
Mm-hmm.
Just I want to be a regular individual
Right.
and have peace for once.
Right.
I'm not caring about the title of hero or the title of uh savior or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
just really, really just want some rest.
Right. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I used to be a time reaper, and I used to be having to worry about a whole bunch of other stuff. But then I ended up a lot of my powers got taken away, and I'm currently now, as you know, roboticized and is um, in a fusion. But I also used to be trained under certain people, and I was quite strong and stuff like that before I died. But I was weak because because I just ended up having children. So yeah, I was kind of weak, and I ended up dying and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yes. My end is a bit complicated to explain, and it's not exactly a happy story. Let's just say that.
Right.
But I do have to say, along the way, I did meet people, good and bad, in situations I wish never happened.
Well, yeah, a lot of us have um, certain events that wish that didn't happen that actually happened. Like myself, I kind of wish that I never came across my captain. Even though I technically left his crew, but he doesn't understand that. Hey, I left your crew a long time ago. I don't like being a pirate, and he kept on trying to find me, and then eventually I ended up in the Soul Zone, and this is after I got brought him back and stuff like that, and been roboticized. And then Eggman Nega found me, and yeah, took me apart and my captain apart, and that's why I'm in the fusion. Because he
Well,
put,
that's
yeah,
quite an interesting fact. Well, on that point, you are right. It's there is some hard there are some hardships I'm trying to recover,
hmm
and some memories and traumas I'm trying to
I mean, if I
fix.
ever become an actual being again, I would probably be a little bit more careful than I have been. I'm supposed to be this pure light and this pure heart and all this stuff, and right now, there's actually darkness in me. So yeah.
Well, it's never too late. All I can say is only you can actually uh, only you can actually prevent that darkness for from taking over you.
Right. I mean, majority of the time I am in control, but sometimes my captain likes to take over and stuff like that. So
I understand.
it's
From
kind of weird actually being in a fusion with my captain because again I ended up in the soul zone a long time ago, and I really did like at first really liked being around him, but then over time I found out what he what he was all about, and all he wanted was getting gold and destroying Blaze and taking over the Soul Zone, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to be a part of that. But
right,
he already told me that hey, once you join, you're in for life, and I was stupid and joined, and yeah, so he kind of, even though he did give me the free reign of going back and forth and stuff like that, and I was on a mission, stayed away for 5 years, and that was on purpose because I didn't want to go back, and And then he starts showing up and trying to get me back over there, and it's like, dude, it's been like 5, 6 years. I don't want to be a part of your crew anymore. What does that get you? You know. And then I ended up dying, being roboticized, ended up back in the soul zone, and being taken apart, and yeah.
Well, that's just that's just abuse in so many levels, and from
Yes.
that, the captain just wanted to take control over you, perhaps because
I mean,
well,
his
you're
his
you're
his first mate, his first mate Johnny thought of me as a little buddy, and at first I didn't mind it, but yeah, I mean, I'm a full-grown dragon when I'm not in this fusion. I'm When I'm in this fusion, I'm a hedgehog that's small and stuff like that. So,
oh, so you're a oh right, so you're a dragon.
yes, I am a dragon that can do teal blue flames and fire, and I do Kazama style martial arts. So
Hmm. Dragons are rare in this timeline.
yes,
Where
I'm
I'm
at,
from,
I'm actually a good dragon, but right now I'm, like I said, stuck in this fusion with my old captain. So I don't know
yes.
how to
Well,
I don't know how to get out of it. So I do know someone that can, but I don't know how to get there.
really.
Yeah, I have a friend named Silver X that can help me, but the problem is I don't know how to get there. So it's like, because he lives in the Omega timeline.
Hmm.
So
Well, um, from I I will just say, just keep fighting on your battle,
hmm
and from that, I would just say meditation helps contain control. Since I do have my own, I have my own problems. I have my own darkness I fight as well.
hmm
But I also the fusion thing. I will say, um, let's just say in terms I I'm half of a soul, but I became complete.
right.
But that's what I would say.
I
Um,
mean, this is not the first fusion I've ever done. I've done one with my father's Scourge, and stuff like that. Um, and I was actually quite strong with him, but this is actually my second fusion I've ever done, and I would rather be fused with my father at this point over being with my captain. But again, this one was a forced one, where the one with my father is not forced.
so manipulation from a parent. Um, I was unfortunate. I never knew my family. Uh, my father or mother.
hmm
I was raised in a human household.
Ah,
Yes,
ah,
human
right.
household,
The
and from that timeline, humans and anthros, or as you call Mobians,
uh-huh.
um, had a. They weren't exactly. It was as a kind of how humans proceed from racism. This was
hmm
speciesism,
Right.
where certain ranks from different species as well. Of
hmm
course, there was racism, but that, you know, but on uh, my case was more involved with if you are a Mobian or anthro, whatever you want to call it this time,
Right.
is um, you are perceived as a lower class from a human back then.
hmm
And for that, if you look like a avian animal, which avian means basic, simple animal,
Right.
as like walk on all fours.
Uh-huh.
But for a Mobian, you look more, you know, you look animal, but you also have a appearance of walking and on your hind legs
Mm-hmm.
or so, you were perceived as strange and not and you're not perfect. So
Right.
you need to act like your own kind. So from that they would call Mobians pets.
Oh my.
Yes, pets, or they would call them uh they would actually be very discriminative. Very discriminative. They have their own names for them.
Oh.
Too many to say because this will be a long chat, but
So you're saying short term, if ever ended up in your universe, I would end up being
well,
I would I would technically be known as your pet since I am a
well, yes, but
Mobian.
not towards me, towards a human. Only the thing is, well, not every human will call you a pet. There are some who are be so discriminated they would call you an animal, which was
Right.
or a beast, which would be another reason
Right.
that another insult. Me, mine was dog because they would treat me like a dog,
Uh,
especially for my ears.
even though I'm more of a robot right now, and I don't think that
You would
dragons
be
don't.
perceived. You would be well, robots like um, let's see, Gizoids.
Mm-hmm.
They were crafted to help humans,
Mm-hmm.
and from that, you wouldn't be discriminated. You would just be as a helper. They would look at you as a, oh, basic tool to use or
Uh,
basic
tool.
being.
I've always
Yes.
been used as that. I'm sick and tired of that because a certain. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into that. Yeah.
Yes.
Um. So the final question is, and I always ask this, what do you think of me, the interviewer? Because I always do that as the last question that I ask. So
As a interviewer, I would say you're actually very pleasant. You you tend to um, you let's just say you're a very good host, and
that's good.
from that for that it was a pleasure of speaking with you.
Yep.
You are very calm, assertive, and you have a range of expression of of your of your life story,
Mm-hmm.
and for that I give you all the respect.
All right. So do you have any questions for me before we say goodbye
Um,
to the audience?
yes, and I do want to add something when I was talking about the other question you had. Not every human was discriminative. I did had and met people who were actually not specious
Right.
towards me. So with that question, um, I will say, hmm, let's see. On that question, I would say, so um, you have met other Mobians here,
Yes.
and um, I believe um, I believe that you know their names. I've been hearing around that people keep referring to a hero named Sonic.
Oh yes,
Um,
I know Sonic quite well. Again, Eggman wants to take him out because Sonic keeps on getting into Eggman's plan, foiling Eggman's plans for the theme park. But Sonic
I
is actually a quite good guy. Um, I know him
I see.
personally.
Yeah, because it was very hard to from what I was I the name that was confusing me was Blue Blur, and I was thinking, what
Oh,
type of
that's a nickname that they give him.
Oh, I see. Okay, because I wasn't even sure if he was a Mobian or if he was a gust of wind or something. I was very, but from what I've heard, he reminds me of someone I know.
Oh,
But that's a whole different story. I will explain later.
right. But
Plan that
yeah,
another time.
Blur is just a nickname that they gave him. Um, I will
Um,
be right
another.
back.
All right.
I'm gonna have to do some editing. I be taking over now.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, yes. Hi there. I was just waiting.
And you are.
Oh, I am Terios. And
And I
you?
see that my third in command was doing something before the doctor interrupted. Of course.
I see. Um, um, I'm perceiving that you're not the same person I was talking to with the interview. Was I?
No. I'd be Captain Whisker.
Oh,
The
I see.
the other half of this fusion.
Oh, I see. Well, I wonder why I was sensing a bit of a different aura on you.
I been holding back long enough.
Hmm. Well,
But
well,
anyway, apparently we're supposed to be ending the interview. So, is there any questions for me?
well, from you, personally, I'm gonna say, what exactly do you have gained in taking over, um, taking over, Dragonfire's body?
Again, this is a thing that both of us can do with the fusion. It majority of the time I let him freely speak, but at sometimes I like to take over and speak as well. I mean, again, my original creator, Eggman Nega, ended up fusing both of us together.
Well, I'm just gonna say this before I do something. Um, I don't think you understand that one of my abilities is to paralyze someone's soul for a quite a bit of time. So I think I'm
We
gonna
are
have.
fused, meaning if you hurt me, you're also hurting him.
Hmm, that would be a problem.
I, the only one that can actually defuse us, is actually that Silver X dude that um Dragonfire knows.
Well, I wasn't saying defuse. I was going to paralyze you and then bring him back.
Well, what? What the? Okay, I'm back.
There. You're welcome.
Thank you. Uh, yeah, he likes to. He just sometimes he takes over and it's annoying. But anyway, as we were saying, yeah, I know Sonic personally. Any other questions before we end?
Any other questions? Well, finally, that I'm speaking to you and
Yes,
not to.
Whisker.
Uh, I'm just gonna say, um, one question, um, I have. It was the top of my head, and then I'm
Then of
sorry,
course
I'm having
Whisker
so
showed
many.
up and ruined everything.
Exactly, and then I did it. uh,
Gosh darn you,
let's
Whisker.
see. Yes, I'm not even sure what type of. I'm not sure what type of creature he is. So is he a
He's
cat?
a robot.
And yeah, his name is Whisker.
I can show
Interesting.
you a picture of just him. I mean,
Oh wait, hold on, hold on. Is he? Does he have happen to have a white mustache?
yep.
Oh yes, I've seen him
He's from
before.
Blaze's universe.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
Whisker and Johnny, and Johnny's green with a that looks
I
like a
mean,
shark.
I only know a few things here and there, but not too much. But, um, on that case, there's this thing that I've been very confused of, and I'm getting quite a bit annoyed. Um, One thing I have to mention is, have you heard of a Terios prototype at any chance?
No, I've never. I mean, I've barely even talked to talked to
Mo-
talked to you as it is, so I don't even know. Um, that would probably be something more
well,
for the doctor because the doctor, he's the one that has the programming and all that stuff.
oh well, it's something that I've been hearing about, and constantly people have been uh mistaking me for a certain person. I believe his name was Shadow. Yes.
Oh yes, Shadow.
Yes, I've been being mistaken so many times for that it's been
Shadow.
causing me
Yes,
trouble here.
Shadow is he's the ultimate life form. He was made on the Ark 50 years ago and stuff. He was supposed to be he was supposed to have this cure for Maria and all that stuff, but she ended up dying, and he ended up being going into into animation sleep for 50 years.
You may was it I forgot the name too, but
Cryo sleep or whatever. I don't know what it's called.
it's basically when someone is basically in a sleep mode, but mm, they're
Yeah,
being frozen at the no
yeah, for 50
to
years.
preserve their bodies in the same age.
Yeah, for
I
50
believe that's
years.
how it is.
Yeah, for 50 years. And stuff.
Well, the point is not well with Shadow's case. I'm not I'm not no they're not. I'm having people mistaken me for uh well they proceed to call these prototypes Terios, and I'm getting very annoyed because if I've done what I what I've been what I've been knowing from family members of mine who do, like
Hmm.
my son Tyrus, he's noticed that they look nothing like me, and they are actually known to be called shadow prototypes,
Right.
not Terios prototypes. And it's been causing me a bit of a headache from when I have
Right.
people walk up to me.
But yeah, those are both Whisker and Johnny. So they are Whiskers, who I'm fused with, unfortunately, and Johnny's the shark there, the green shark, who apparently I'm his little buddy, but I don't really I don't really know.
Well, I see on that. Well, if you happen to see other people mistaken me, just say they're shadow prototypes. There's even documents on that.
Ah,
Just help me on that. I
right,
would appreciate very much so.
right. Yeah, if that comes up again, I'm like I said, dealing with my own darkness as you first witnessed there. I can lose
Yes.
control very easily.
I only was able to diffuse him because I am a soul of light.
Hmm.
So with that, I can diffuse darkness. Of course, I deal with my own darkness, my
Right.
inner darkness.
I mean, my son,
Him.
my son actually is supposed to be able to beat me, but he kind of lost. So, and he was training in the Omega timeline. So, uh,
I see. Well,
mhm.
we all, I mean, having children and having them in peril is not exactly not exactly to have a good day,
Right.
is it?
So, anyway, I think we're gonna end it here. And yeah, thank you guys
Well,
again for watching this awesome interview. Sorry for the brief commercial break there, um, and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, make sure you comment, rate, subscribe. Check out his channel. I'll leave the channel link in the description. Is there anything that you would like to say to the audience?
all I can say what is I appreciate everyone watching and those who understand more technology than I do. Just follow those links to images and other things of uh, pages, I believe, of
Right.
about myself. You will also be awaiting of a special. I believe they call it a. What was it? Well, you will get to understand more of myself later on in a special production that's I believe it's being made. So from that, all I can say is farewell, and may may you have peace and have a good day.
Hmm. And yeah, like I said, I will leave the link to his channel in the description below. And yeah, if you guys want an interview, just let me know in the comments below, and I will see what I can do. So yeah, this is Dragonfire signing off. Bye.
And this is Terios the hedgehog.